previously on What You Fight For.
Brody would like us to come with them to help them find the rest of their journal, if that's okay.
I've been given pretty strict orders to try to keep you guys in Lockhaven here. Everybody packs on in a clandestine fashion, and the cart rolls off towards Port Sumac. A mouse comes in and goes up to the bar, and this mouse, who looks to be about in his mid-20s, comes over and says, "Heard you were looking for me."
Are you old Joel?
I am now. And there's a couple mice. They all have weapons in hand.
There must be blood, and this I knew. Surely there can be wonders too. I cannot leave the cages locked or well enough alone. I can only be myself when I am so far from home. It's the wonders that I'm after, even if I have to bleed and make very rash decisions for the sake of what I need. Dancing kisses on my cheek. It's the wonders that I seek, and I swear I am not afraid.
All right. We are in the middle of a tense situation. We have 3 armed mice at the front door of the Easy Night. We have Rowan towards the front. We have Pledwin gripping a nervous bartender by the shirt, whether or not he was wearing a shirt.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, it's that or his chest fur.
The shirt area, the general shirtage zone. As you reach for him, he hastily puts a shirt on so that you're not doing that.
Pledwin could probably just pick him up by the scruff of the neck.
That's true, too.
You get everything. That's the situation. And you have some mice making threatening motions at you with weapons.
Please don't make threatening motions
Rowan,
at us
you were
with
probably
weapons.
the closest. You are the closest to them.
What kind
Sure.
of weapons?
They all have assorted. They're all equipped with knives.
Knives, okay.
That's where the K in Easy Night went.
Yes.
For them to have knives.
I think I will just say in the frostiest possible voice, can I help you?
Absolutely. We're going to need you to stay here for probably another day or 7, and then someone should be along to pick you up, and everything will be fine.
I don't think so. What's going on here?
Well, it sounds like you've been sticking your little noses in some places where they don't necessarily belong.
We always do that.
They were just waiting for you to pop your head out, and frankly, we were a little surprised that it happened so soon, but here we are.
Cahill the Raven bartender is one of these folks. You want to come talk to her?
Yes. What is this?
Well, obvious, given your ignorant response to my offer of a victorious sunrise, you are not really on board with anything that the rest of us have been putting together, so need to make sure that you don't get back and talk to Cinder about any of this stuff. So if you can just take a seat back there.
Nah.
Wow.
So this is the split.
You are so stupid.
I don't think I'll be sitting down.
We didn't even have a report for Cinder until now, you moron.
Well, I mean, we want you to keep you here anyway, so...
Tell me why I
That's
shouldn't
why-
throw this mouse at you.
I'd just throw the mouse at him.
It's a pretty big distance and probably hurt the guy quite a bit.
I look at Rowan.
He's probably with them. So if you want to throw him, you have my blessing.
I throw a
I'm
mouse.
not with them. I don't know. They
You
said
were
if I
clearly
didn't
trying to
keep you
keep
here
us here.
that they'd hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he got that out in time. Do I believe him?
I
You're
don't know.
you're less suspicious than the rest of us. You probably do.
You probably believe him.
I probably didn't hear him because I'm drawing my sword.
Which is an incredibly noisy affair. To like,
It's a bit blunt.
Does this place have a back door? I mean, I realize I'm standing right in front of them, but...
Probably.
Cool.
I mean, it wouldn't be up to
I'm not going to be
code
able to
if
do
it
anything
didn't.
with that, but... Maybe Acorn can make a run for
Yeah,
it.
Cledwin, throw him out the back door.
All right. Well, it's not like Cledwin is not used to mice being mousy. He'll drop them, but the hammer's coming out.
Hammer's coming out.
Okay. He scurries into the back room of the bar.
Cool.
You've got your hammer out, and
Stay down.
they're like, well, we were really hoping to do this without having to get into fisticuffs, as it were, but I guess that
if
will
you
also
believed
keep
that,
you
you
here.
wouldn't have had your weapons out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we were hoping the threat of violence would get around all this.
Are you very good at violence?
We're not going to sit quietly and wait to be arrested, no.
Have you done violence before?
I have done 4 violences.
At least 4 violences.
Doesn't sound like you practiced very hard.
I don't know how Kyle. I think these guys are going to be easier than the fox or the owl
Yeah.
No
or the
doubt.
hawk.
And you see one of them get nervous, and it's like, wait a minute, these are the ones that took out the owl?
Mm-hmm.
And the other one goes like, and the fox, but big deal. There's 3 of us and 5 of them.
Have you ever blown up a hawk?
It's like when Christopher Lee was on the set of
Yes.
Yeah.
of the Lord of the Rings, and
Yep.
he's like, do you know the sound that someone makes when you stab them? This isn't an
behind.
ah sound. It's a gasp as the air leaves the body. It's ah. It's like, have you ever blown up a hawk? It's not the key sound that you expect a hawk
It's
to
the
make.
whoosh
But
sound.
it's more of the
feathers
whooshing
go up in
splorch.
flame.
And again, one of them looks over and it's like, I've never blown up a hawk. Have you blown up a hawk?
Yes.
And at this point, I'm drawing my bow just for, solidarity.
Okay.
And at this point, I'll start getting shoulder to shoulder with Kyle.
Okay. Sounds like this is going to go into a fight conflict.
It does.
Good lord. We haven't had one of those for a long time.
Yeah, when's the last time you have you ever fought mice?
I don't know that
guess
we've
you
ever
fought
fought
weasels.
other mice.
Yeah, you
Maybe the
fought
wild mice
weasels.
of Waterstone, but I think we talked them down.
Yeah, we largely did.
You had a chance to talk them down here,
Oh my
but
god, a kitten just climbed up my legs. I'm sorry. Ouch.
all right. So the first thing we need to do is we need someone to be chosen to be the conflict captain. It is often the senior most guard mouse,
I was
or the
gonna
mouse
say,
that
I
got
think-
you into this predicament.
Is that me by default?
Yeah, sure.
Either by virtue of being patrol leader or, standing right here.
Yes.
Well,
So you
are
need to
you
pick
still
a...
up front, or did you back off?
I don't know.
Okay.
I probably backed away from the mice with weapons if y'all are standing in front of me now. If that was your intention, anyway.
Yeah, it was.
Cool.
Mine, anyway.
All right. So everybody needs to pick a conflict goal, the short-term goal they wish to accomplish. As the conflict captain, that's your decision.
Right. We don't want to kill anyone. We just want them to let us go on our way. At least that is my take on the situation.
Well, I mean, that seems reasonable anytime we're dealing with other mice.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Kahala's thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Probably messier if we kill them. That leaves a trail that we don't want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you want to be going on your way.
Yeah.
Their goal is that you do not go on your way.
Okay.
Well,
By any means necessary.
by any means necessary. I don't think they want any of this.
Those redcoats don't want it with me.
It appears you think that you want this. I assure you, you do not want any of this.
This is far too much for you.
Okay, so what is going to happen is you are going to roll your starting disposition.
Okay.
Your starting disposition, the skill you test is fighter.
Oh, I have no fighter.
This may adjust who you want to be your fight captain, I guess.
Fighter 4.
Yep.
You both have 4?
Okay. Yep. And
So I'm
then
calling you not
everyone
it,
that
then.
also okay. So who wants to be the fight captain?
Well, Cledwin, if we both got fighter 4, Cledwin is bigger and stronger, so those are only bonuses.
We don't.
Oh,
I don't have fighter 4 until I have another fighter success.
oh right, then it's me,
Aha.
I guess, then, because I've got 4.
Yep.
Okay. So you can roll your fighter. Cledwin can give you a helper die
Mhm.
Happily.
because he also has fighter. Rowan cannot help because she does not have fighter.
Are any adjacent
Well,
skills
No, for starting disposition, it's only that core skill.
only fighter? Okay.
Okay, so am I rolling 5d6?
Yes.
Can you boost this with traits?
No.
Okay.
So you got one success.
Wow.
You add that to your health number, and that's your starting disposition.
Okay. 7.
And
Boy, that's-
they got 4 successes,
Ooh.
Yeah.
and they add that to their health. So they're going to be starting also at 7.
Well, now I'm going to have to kill someone.
And now it is time to. Oh yes, are there any modifiers? I guess you're angry, but this is not a will-based thing at all.
I mean, I am both tough, clever, bold, fearless, and cunning. So, take your
Right.
pick.
No one has a condition that would negatively impact this.
Because it's not a will
No.
conflict, I do not.
Yeah. So
I mean, aside from my
oh,
seething contempt for what's going on.
you guys probably don't have the action table
The
in
cards.
front of you, do you?
There's an action
Yeah.
table.
I do. I think.
It's on the back of your character sheet.
I have a
It's
character
also
So-
on page 111 of the book.
Okay, I have set my actions for the first round of combat.
Okay.
So now you can discuss what you want to do for your round of combat. Each of you get to pick an action. You get to pick the order it goes in, and you can use the same action multiple times, but each of you will be taking an action during this.
Mhm. My action will be fighting.
So yeah, but are you
So
attacking
that's-
or
Yes,
fainting with
I will,
fighting?
I will be attacking.
Okay. Are you
Um,
going first?
Well, so
Um,
maneuver is my thing, and
Mhm.
Yes.
maneuver does nothing if you do it last. So
Okay.
I should probably go first, or possibly second.
Is there an advantage to you going first to give us any boost to the attack? Yeah. Okay, then.
If her roll is successful, it adds dice, or potentially, so she can either impede them, gain position for us, or even do things like disarm them,
yeah, I see it
depending on
there.
how well she rolls.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Then that. So maneuver, attack, and then what are you thinking, Cledwin? Do we want to do this gracefully, or should we just beat them into submission?
Well, neither of us have a nature like. Wait, is it still only?
Yeah.
Are we still down? Or is that just because our character sheets are older?
I have Cledwin's nature at 4. I have Rowan's nature at 5. I
Oh,
have
okay.
Cahill's nature at 3.
Okay, so I'm up to 5.
So I can potentially defend better than you, Kyle. Or I can feint with my fighter, or I can also attack.
That one's up to you. Do whatever of those you want to do, Eric. I would
Okay.
personally, I would attack again because I'm
Yeah,
savage.
sounds good.
Yeah.
And you've got the most dice on the fighter roll. Do you also want to be positioned to take the benefit of the maneuver? So maneuver, fight. Rowan, Cahill, Cledwin.
Not necessarily. I mean, I don't think they're particularly capable. So rather than one of us thumping one of them very hard, both of us hitting slightly less hard would do the same job. So no, if
All
you
right,
could,
so I'll go second.
yeah, Rowan, Cledwin, Cahill.
Again, they don't. It's not like they have individual hit points or anything. Remember, there's just the overall total
disposition, which is the same as ours.
disposition score.
Yeah, I'd still go that route then.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Power overwhelming is effective in this set.
Okay then. I mean, I don't mind. Whichever
Okay,
way people
cool.
want to do it. So.
You don't mind taking
Alright,
them
cool.
really, really hard.
Okay, we'll go that then. So Rowan, then me, then Cledwin.
Maneuver,
okay.
fight.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so your first choice is Rowan maneuver.
I shall maneuver.
They chose feint.
Okay.
All right.
Feint
So
is
that
a
is an
special
independent
attack.
test.
If played against maneuver, test feint at ob 0, successes are removed from the opponent's disposition, and you build up a bunch of dice for this thing. And so their feint roll is going to be 2 successes.
Okay, so
Now
that...
go ahead and make your maneuver roll.
Yes, okay, which is
takes your
Nature, which is
disposition down to 5.
5. So nature is 5. The bow adds 2, so that's 7 just on its own.
Yes.
And of course, we're not able. We each have our own actions, so we're not helping each other independently.
Yeah, there isn't. The helping is during the initial disposition roll.
Okay.
Okay. Can
but
I...
traits and whatnot, I think, would probably still happen.
Yeah, we have said we have allowed that.
Okay. So I am gonna tag... Let's go with Driven on this one.
And are you going to use that to help or nerf yourself?
I'm going to help because, yes.
Sounds like
So I'm
this
up
is
to
an
8.
important roll.
Yes, it is. So I have 5 nature,
Okay.
plus 2 for the bow, plus 1 from Driven, so that gives me 8. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 3 successes.
3 successes.
So I have the option to disarm, or I can give them -1 and us +2. Do they have anything that is worth disarming?
No.
They have knives,
What do knives do?
which knives can be melee or thrown. Knives can also, against a spear, a sling, or a bow, or a thrown weapon, a maneuver can count as the disarm effect. So none of you are using those weapons. Oh, well, I guess you have a bow.
I use a bow, yeah.
Yeah, so they can successfully disarm you if they do a maneuver
Sure.
with their knife, but it gives no bonus dice.
Okay. I feel like impede and gain position is probably the way to go here. -1 to them,
Okay.
+2 to us.
Okay.
So I will do that.
And into the next round, one of them does get probably as you're maneuvering back, one of them gets a quick slice off towards you, Rowan,
Mhm.
and takes you down just a bit. But we
Yep.
are on to the next round. They are choosing defend. What are you
Alright.
choosing?
It's fight.
Fight.
Attack.
Attack.
Whichever
Okay.
it is. Fight.
Attack.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a
Attack.
versus.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Versus.
Dylan gets -1, and Johan gets +2.
Okay. That's 66.
No.
No?
It's more than that.
So you
isn't it?
get your pluses from your sword, plus
Oh, yeah.
any traits you want to tag. The +2 is just from my
Um,
maneuver.
So, sword bonuses, any trait I want to use for the attack, and then your bonus and basic fighter, right?
Should be at least 8, right?
Yes.
Because you have your sword is +2, essentially.
Sword is +1, fighter is 4.
But it's
You-
having
no,
a
your
sword,
sword
at
is
all
plus
is
+1 to a normal sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so 2 then.
Because a sword is what?
Well, you have to pick an action type at the start of the fight for your sword to be +1 too.
Okay, well, yeah,
So, assuming you pick attack,
which I did.
yes, and then the Martinite is better than a normal sword, so it's actually +2.
Okay, so that's 2 plus the trait is 3, plus 4 for fighter is 7, plus that 2 from Holly is 9.
Okay.
And what
I
trait
got
are you
3
tapping?
successes.
What trait? Fearless.
To nerf yourself or to boost yourself?
No, not to nerf myself. Not now.
Interesting.
We got all our failures out of the way. Ooh,
Oh,
boy.
good lord.
2.
Only 2 successes from 9. Wow.
Wow.
That's a lovely roll.
Dang.
And they are able to defend all of that.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay.
And one of them says, you got your fancy shiny sword, but it doesn't hurt much.
I slipped, and you'll find out about that.
Careful, Slippy Shoes over here is going to get you.
All right.
I'll let you choose which
so-
window you
So
go
now
out.
Cloudwood attacks.
Yes.
And they also choose attack, so that is 2 independent tests.
All right. So I start with 3. Are any of them wearing armor?
No.
Okay. Oh, well. I start with 3. The hammer doesn't give me any pluses to the attack. Would have ignored armor. And after they decided to mock, I'm determined to make that count. So I am going to add 1 for determined.
Nice.
You're going to add 1, not subtract 1?
Not this time.
Ah,
Okay, no checks here then. Okay,
Not-
interesting.
No.
we promise we'll
Other
let you
choices
know.
over there.
But that's only 4d6.
They have gotten
Wow.
3 successes.
Dang.
You have gotten 1 success.
Only 1.
So we're down to 2,
We're down
I
to
believe.
2, and they're down to 6.
Yes. We are now going into the next round.
Yep. All right, guys. What do we want to do?
Nope. Let Dylan set up his cards first.
I am ready.
Well, I want to crack some heads.
I could defend with nature, I just don't get the bonus.
From the bow, yeah.
Right. So I feel like maneuver is probably still my best option.
I think so.
Yeah, even if they attack, it becomes a versus, so it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should just probably run the same sequence as last time. Yeah, it just went badly last time. We only rolled 3 successes out of 13. Yeah, it just happens like that sometimes.
Yeah.
If that's the plan, let's do it.
Okay, maneuver, attack, Rowan, Cahill, Cledwin.
Okay, so for the first round, they have chosen attack.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have 5 nature 2 with the bow. I'm not going to do a trait this time. So here's my 7. I have many successes.
I get 1
5.
success.
Yeah, isn't that 5 successes, yeah.
So, Dylan, the number of dice you keep rolling for attack keeps changing?
That's because I have different mice.
I see.
Much like the number of mice that you roll for things keep changing.
Got it. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. And they got 1 success. So I have a margin. My margin is 4.
That's true.
You don't. It's an independent test.
Oh, is it?
Attack versus maneuver is versus.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank goodness. In this case.
Yes. So, yes, you are still at 2. They still have 2. Or you still have 2, yes.
Yes.
Okay, and I can't get the same effect twice. There's no way to defer. Like, I can't do +2 to Cledwin and +2 to Cahill, can I?
No, they both impact the next action.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you can. Spend your margin of success to buy a particular effect. You may buy multiple effects if you can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't buy the same effect twice on the same action. So yeah, I'm guessing you can't do that. So you can still do the -1 to them and +2 to whoever's next.
Right. Or I could disarm and minus them. But I feel like giving us +2 is better.
Well, didn't you have 5 successes?
I had 5, you had 1, right? So I have 4.
So that's still 4, so you can still do both.
So what I'm trying to decide is, I can definitely impede. I'm wondering if it's better to give us +2 or to disarm them, because I can only do one of those.
Right, again, I mean, as we said, their weapons don't give any pluses.
They aren't super exciting. Okay, so I'll do -1 +2.
Okay.
That leaves me on 9d6 again, because this time the trait I'll use is bold.
To help yourself?
Yes, indeed. I have been emboldened by their slanders and their insults.
Mr. Slippy Feet?
Yeah, that's more like it.
7.
7.
Interesting.
What you doing over there, Dylan?
I'm also going to roll.
Are you attacking?
Yeah, I'm also attacking.
Okay.
Oh, you added roll.
Oh, right.
I was just sitting here in suspense. They got 1 success.
Oh my god, I
We're
cannot
still
believe
standing.
That was so close.
We're still standing.
Okay, so despite all of your best efforts, you have won this conflict.
Yay!
So yes, everyone is badly hurt
Sure.
in this mess, and you are. But as you recover, you are slightly on top.
I'll take up this quest, just say the word. Even though I am small and I have no sword, a party at the end is not required. And I promise I'll keep trying.
Hi everybody, it's Dylan the GM. Thank you for listening to our podcast, Whiffcast. You can follow us on Twitter at www.twitter.com/Whiffcast. That's WYFFcast for what you fight for. Or on Facebook.com at facebook.com/Whiffcast. Again, WYFF for what you fight for. Right now, we're all recording remotely and doing what we can, and most of us are pretty lucky that we can work from home and do what we can, and a lot of people cannot. So I'm actually going to make a call out here. If you can, make a donation to like your local food bank or something. If you can't, that's just fine. Does anyone else have any kind of recommendations for a way that they can help out in their community during this time?
I went and donated blood yesterday. I know way too many people are still not allowed to, but if you can, it's a great way to pitch in. The supplies are really low right now.
That's a great point. If you can donate blood, that is an amazing way. They have lightened up the restrictions on donating blood in this country. It is still kind of bullcrap what restrictions are there. But in this time of crisis, they have reduced that as well. So if you get a chance, go on there. And if you do make a donation of some kind, go ahead and tweet like a picture of your receipt at us or something, and we'll give you some kind of special call out in the show. Anyway, we're going to get back to the show now. If you're listening to these episodes live, keep in mind that our schedule is now once every 3 weeks or so, and may not be exactly that either, given on difficulty. So if you're listening to this live, just know it may be a bit before the next episode, but we're still working on getting them to come out. Thanks a lot. So now it is time to resolve this conflict. We're going to call this a major compromise.
Yeah.
The winner's disposition is reduced to just a few points. They have won a very narrow victory indeed. Imagine the loser nearly accomplished their goal, but was only thwarted at the end. What would they look like? So their goal was to try to keep you here.
Yep.
So that means that they very nearly kept you here. So I believe what that is going to entail, and we kind of have a discussion here, but I don't know it's going to go too different. Given that they were by any means necessary, I think you're all going to be injured.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So I will mark that here. I will give everyone a new picture soon. You're all injured. You've knocked 2 of them out, but one of them was able to run off in all the tussle, presumably to alert their cohorts of your current location and whereabouts.
Mm-hmm. Well, they said they were going to try to detain us for up to a week, so I imagine their cohorts are not within immediate range. That is my hope, anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got 2 knocked out jerks here.
Which ones?
A bunch of injured mice. And
which knocked out ones do we have?
You have the 2 that you didn't recognize. The bartender
so the
made
bartender
her way
ran
off.
Oh boy.
That's an annoyance.
Well, let's, I suppose, get them around behind the bar so they're not just here. And then I think we need to go.
Do we want to take one with us as a hostage and for interrogation?
No. Remember, we're walking back to Lockhaven. How do you propose we transport this person?
Also, I'm excited for you to show up to the gates like, aren't you guys supposed to be inside? It's like, yes, but we have a hostage.
And we're all injured. We did get Rhodey back. That was our goal. So, here we are.
Plot to deceive you. Okay, so I guess we're just like...
Well, we're
not so gently tossing them somewhere where they won't be seen, stamping on them a couple of times and then going home, right?
Yes,
I mean, I'm not looking to kill them. I just put them away.
Was one of them the lippy one?
Yes.
Come on.
All right. So, yeah, we drag them inside and then we leave.
And in fact, in his kind of days, he mumbles something about Mr. Slippy Feet.
Mr. Slippy Feet.
If Cahill accidentally kicks him in the side, due to Slippy Feet, it's probably fine.
Pardon my slippy feet.
I admire his spirit, so I leave him alone.
Okay, good. We're not so injured that it affects our ability to travel, right? It just hits rolls.
Yeah, it impacts basically, I think, every roll.
Yeah, it does, and it sucks, but we can't fix that here.
No, it is one of those things we can fix outside the player turn, but we need to be able to hunker down and do some medical checks.
We have to build up checks for that, which we're really resistant to.
Yeah.
All right, we survived, just barely.
Yes.
Let's get out of here.
Okay. So yeah, you head on out of town, and Acorn was like, well, that was a pretty exciting fight. Maybe I should get some kind of sword so I can help in these. Oh, I was thinking a sword like Mr. Cahill's would be perfect for me. I'd be like, ha-cha-cha, cha-cha. And he kind of picks up a small twig and starts stabbing at things like he's a swashbuckler.
It'll take a while to work up to something like this, but it's not a bad idea to train you how to defend yourself.
I don't know. He might be better off learning the bow from Rowan.
Could be.
Oh, I could learn how to do the bow. I could be I could hide up in the trees and rain down wooden pokiness from above.
See, that's how I like to do it. None of the standing close enough where they can hit me nonsense.
Oh, that's true. And he looks at, you're all injured, but Rowan and Cahill and Cledwin obviously have taken the brunt of that. And he's like, oh, that's a good point. Maybe I should. This being up in the trees thing sounds better all the time.
Melee is for suckers. Though I am very glad we have mice in the patrol that have that ability, because Lord knows I don't.
Boy, am I glad I have a couple of suckers on my team.
Yep, it's great. Couple of big guys stand in the way of the swords. Not me. I love you all. Let's go.
All right, so you start making your way back to Lockhaven, and the road back is not too bad. But before too long, you are there. You see it coming up over the rise, and you are at the outer gates of, well, you are near Lockhaven. What's your plan for getting back in here?
Yeah, that's a good question. We haven't been gone for that long, right? Just a day and a half or so?
Yeah, effectively 2 at this point.
Do we have any disguises?
No. We don't even have any
stand on each
burlap.
other's shoulders and have a big cloak. No, wait.
I'm sure I could fashion a moustache.
3 mice in a trench coat. I suppose
I'm
we're 5,
not
aren't we?
mice. I'm a weasel. Let me in.
No, that would be very bad.
Hey, y'all, I'm a ferret.
Howdy,
No, I'm
howdy.
friendly.
Hey, you all. I would like to bless the heart you have.
Oh, man.
I have reconnoitered that this is the state of things.
Oh god, is that where Reckon comes from? That's amazing.
Maybe. Boy, I don't know, but it makes sense.
I mean, it is
Well,
now.
Recky from Reconnoiter, yeah.
Ah.
Absolutely.
All right.
It's
I feel
military
like we
slang.
discussed this last time when we came up with lots of plans and abandoned them, but do we know of a back way into Lockhaven?
Yes,
Other
you
than,
do.
Under the, right, through the water
Yes,
tunnels?
there is a series of underground tunnels that were built by weasels that have an entrance that enter directly into, I guess now, Constance's office.
Morgan's,
Right,
right?
that's why we didn't use it.
I was going to say, if it's Constance's office, I might have an in there, but I think it's Morgan's.
Do we want to get caught, or do we want to maybe not get caught?
I would love to not get caught, but I'm not sure that's an option at this point.
Yes.
Of note, Reckon and Reconnoiter do not have related
Aw.
etymologies.
Oh.
It was a good story, though.
And now I've got to use both versions of that word in one episode. So, or no, I did that last episode. Still, Rhodey kind of peeks in on the 3 of you discuss. He's like, "Are we gonna go back in, or what's the plan here?"
Yeah, what do you guys think? We can't mill around out here too long. That'll be even more suspicious.
Well, we can have the conversation on our way. We'll have had this resolved by the time we get within sight.
No, you've been standing 20 feet away from the gates for about an hour now.
Yes, this is the problem, you
The
see.
scouts on the wall are beginning to wonder.
Hey, are you guys all right?
We look like children trying to buy naughty magazines at the garage.
I would like some pornography.
What's going on over there with you guys? Hey, what's going on?
I'd like some of your fine reading materials.
I am an adult.
I read them for the articles.
I think we probably go in the front gate and take our licks.
Yeah.
I am happy to fall on my sword. This was pretty much my idea, and I'm the patrol leader, so, buck stops with me. Plus, we have already back, so yay.
Do you want to, gather some herbs or something to talk about why we were out here? Or are we just going to say, yeah, we totally just went on a mission?
I mean, I'm
We
not
should
good
all
at
blame
lying.
each other and then refuse to comment.
I have 0 dice in Persuader, so I would have to leave that to someone else.
I have Persuader, I just don't have Deceiver.
Yeah.
Or Manipulator. Whatever it
Oh,
is.
well, you see,
Yes. I could make a big
Yeah.
speech, but...
I have Persuader 4 and Deceiver 3, so really this is where I come into my own.
You did manage
Okay.
to tell Constance out of firing your ass that one time.
Yeah.
That was kind of amazing.
I think this has got to be deceiving, though.
I am fine just telling the truth and taking the consequences. I've been prepared for that since we left.
I can persuade you not to and then deceive the guards.
At any rate, I kind of feel like our first stop should be with Devon, since we're all banged up.
Well, if that's the way you want to go, boss, we'll go that way.
Yes, you should report us directly to Duffy. Take us there now.
Oh, I was sorry. I was thinking we head straight for the doctor's office. And maybe get bandaged up a bit before we...
I don't know. I say we go straight there and go for the sympathy vote.
Idea. It was a really good idea to sneak out and get almost killed.
All right, you walk up to the gates,
Yep.
and you're like, oh, mouse guard.
Oh, mouse guard.
Hello.
Checking, returning, it looks like. Everything okay? Looks like you've had a bit of a
Absolutely.
scrape.
Is now.
All right. Well, head on in. Not much has been going on.
Great,
Excellent.
thanks. Come on. Have a very pleasant day. Goodbye.
No, well, thank you. And you head in.
Excellent.
Oh,
And are you heading to...
I feel distinctly not in trouble. What do we do now, boss?
I think we head straight to sickbay. Get
okay.
bandaged up
Okay.
a bit.
We'll
Right,
not
you
be
had-
in trouble until the gate logs are read.
I mean, I kind of feel like we don't need to say anything until, Duffy
Trouble will find
finds
us.
us. Yeah, exactly. We haven't officially been
Trouble.
on any missions. We don't officially have anything to report. It'll
We have-
just be when Duffy finds us and demands to know where the hell we were
Indeed.
and why we're all broken.
So, infirmary?
That is my plan.
We found trouble in a hopeless place.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, yes, you head to the infirmary, and you go in, and Devin says, holy crap, what's happened to you guys?
Had a bit of a
Hi,
scrap.
Devin.
We're all right, but, we need a bit of attention.
Well, that's interesting, because I've heard Duffy announce very loudly several times to everyone nearby that you will be working inside the walls of Lockhaven, which is a pretty odd thing to announce to anyone. I'm not sure why he would even do that, even if you were sneaking out for some reason.
What?
And he pats it on the table and he's like, get on up here.
Yes, sir.
And he goes around and starts working on everyone. I guess we'll get into the specifics of this on a player turn.
Sure.
But he makes enough of medical rolls that you will probably be... You're still going to keep injured for a while, but it will go away without any further checks at this point
Huzzah.
in the future.
All right.
But you are going to be injured for a while.
Hmm.
And
Mission accomplished.
Rhodey says, well, is there a place where we can go rest up at?
Do we have,
Absolutely.
guest rooms in the barracks? I don't even know.
He had, when the Hesper had been here earlier, they just kind of camped out with you in the barracks. Yeah, there's room
Yeah.
there.
Let's do that.
You suddenly have another bunk that isn't being used right now, so...
Oh, sure. Of course. I had a moment of panic. Oh my god, is Acorn okay? How quickly we forget.
Yes. And so you get back in and you've done everything you really needed to do, but you start to become a little worried about maybe what the thoughts of some other people are about you guys.
I cannot leave the cages locked or well enough alone. I can only be myself when I am so far from home.
Thank you for listening to the Mouse Guard RPG podcast, What You Fight For. Holly V. Begg plays Rowan. Audrey Brandt plays Catrice. Dan Brandt plays Cledwin. Yoan Sanders plays Cahill. And I'm Dylan Exobyte Mayo, your GM. Our theme music is Wonders by S.J. Tucker. Find more of her pixie pirate myth punk folk rock at music.sjtucker.com. Our logo and art is by Ryan Sy. Check out his page at RIANSYGH.com. That's RyanSy.com. The Mouse Guard RPG is by Luke Crane and David Peterson. The Mouse Guard comics are by David Peterson. Find out more about the Mouse Guard comics and the RPG at mouseguard.net.
I'll take up this quest, just say the word. Even though I am small and I have no sword, a party at the end is not required. And I promise I'll keep trying.